Hello, hello, my friend. You have stumbled upon the How to Start Your Blog workshop intended for moms who are building a business online while raising a family, having a job, and a partner, and trying to juggle all of the things. I'm waving at you from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and my name is Michelle Keneally. And today's video, we're going to talk about whether or not you need to create a blog post every single day, or do you need to create a blog post every single week, or do you need to create a blog post every single month in order for your blog to be successful? We are diving into this series because really I'm starting my very own blogging business, and I'm bringing you along on the journey to show you what that looks like. Because I've been using social media to build my business, but I found that I was on my phone all of the time. It was causing arguments with my husband and my daughter was feeling slightly neglected. So if you've been focusing on building a business using social media only, and you're finding yourself in this situation where you're feeling frustrated, you feel like you're not really making a lot of progress, or you're feeling glued to your phone all of the time, or if you don't continue to post or connect or message people in Messenger, you feel like your business is going to fall apart, you're going to want to tune into this, because in this series, I'm going to show you how to set up a little bit of automation in your business so you can be found on Google, even if you're not a tech savvy person. Technology is not my first language, but it's something that I decided I needed to learn because I wanted to create an online business for myself and to provide a lifestyle for my family that looks more like us having more freedom in our life. Okay, so if that sounds like you're definitely going to want to tune into this, because if I can figure out how to use technology and build a blog, so can you. Now, there are four main qualities of a really good blog that is going to become profitable, leveraging social media and being found on Google. Okay. Blogging is not about writing out what your diary is or what you had for dinner or what you did with the kids that day. Okay. Social media is more of that place where you can talk about those things. You can share what you're up to. You can try to connect with people, share your pictures of your kids, share what you did over the holidays. Social media is a place to do that. Okay. Yes, there are people who do blog about their lifestyle and things that they do in their life. And you might even follow a few of those, but I'm guessing that person you follow also provides you with some sort of a benefit or help in some way, inspiration or education wise, that you have found, that you connect with. Okay, you probably found that blog because of another reason. You didn't just find the blog because the person was sharing what they ate that day and you were like, I wonder what people are eating for dinner today. Like you don't go to Google and you don't search that information. So while there are people who do that kind of thing, it's most likely that they've been blogging for a while and they've built up an audience that likes them enough that cares about what they ate for dinner. Or it's possible that they are a blogger who talks about going to different restaurants or how they travel and try new foods. It's possible that that's their niche, that's what they do. That's what they're paid to do. They're paid to talk about where they went to eat or where they went to travel. You can certainly do that. You definitely, but it has to be under the premise of being helpful. You know, if someone's planning a trip somewhere and you create a blog post that shares what it's like to take a trip to that particular place and where to go eat, where to stay, entertainment, whatever the topics might be around that particular area, it has to be something helpful for your reader. So if you're going to get into like the travel and lifestyle blog, that's something where you're actually going to have to go to those places and write about those things. Now, I'm not going to get into it too heavily because there are ways to do that, and a lot of companies would actually pay for you to try their food and to travel to their area to try their hotels, to try their shows, in order for you to write about that in your blog. That's very possible. A lot of people do it. They even pay for your airfare. They pay for a lot of things. But it takes time to get to that level. You have to have already built the audience. You have to already, have some authority in that arena for a company or a brand to want to pay you to come and try out their stuff in order for you to write about it. Okay? So the 4 elements of a very successful blog are that you have a well-defined niche as number 1. Okay, you have to define exactly who you are and exactly who you serve. I do have a free tutorial. If you're watching from my Facebook page, Juggling Life All Day, there's a sign up button on my page where you can literally sign up for free and take my free workshop that helps you to even discover what you should blog about and the first steps in getting started. It's a very in-depth free tutorial, okay? So if you're not serious about building an online business, the tutorial is probably not going to be helpful for you because I lay it all out there. I literally help you to come up with your idea on what you would like to create for yourself in your business. I help you to really explore it. It's a true workshop. I set up the workshop in thinking of the person who can't even come up with the idea for what they would even talk about on a blog. Okay, I have a real heart for moms, especially who, we get so wrapped up in taking care of our families and making sure all of those things get taken care of that we start to forget a little bit about who we are, what we like, and what we want to accomplish. So I created the workshop in a way that helps you to draw out who's inside of you, just kind of like hunkered down and hiding out because you're in survival mode a lot of the time, right? Cheers if you feel me on that. Mostly because I was you, and that's where I was. I was kind of lost, and so I put this workshop together so that it really shows you the path to discovering what you have to offer and what path you should follow. If you're on YouTube, on my Start Your Blog Mama YouTube channel, go ahead and find the link to that workshop in the description below. It's totally free. You can take your time, but only show up if you're super serious about building a business, because I do make you take action, and I put you to work, and I put you into a position of really thinking deeply about what kind of a business you can create. Okay, so I know there's people out there that do blogs for a hobby or an outlet, and that's fantastic. I think you totally should, and you should explore that. But my intention for the workshop is for those who want to create a business, but they want to not be attached to their phone all of the time. Okay, but I want to create a space for moms who want to leverage social media as a way to socialize with people who are on their blog, but work smarter and not harder. Okay, so the 4 elements of a really successful blog are that you would have to have a really good, focused, obvious niche. Okay, and your design of your blog needs to be so clear to anyone who comes across your blog as to what you're all about. Okay, another element of a successful blog is that you offer your own types of products or your own types of services. Now, before you click away and think to yourself, I don't have a product and I don't have a service, keep listening and keep following the series, because I'm going to help you to find that thing that is going to be your product or your service. Okay. And the 4th and final element of a successful blog is that by establishing what your niche is, creating a design that allows your readers to know exactly what you're all about, offering them something that can help them on their journey of getting started in whatever topic you're talking about. With all of those elements combined, you have now established some level of authority, and you have created an authentic brand that really allows your reader to feel like they can trust you and that your blog is going to help them. Okay, Not everybody has this, but if you're going to follow this workshop and this journey of this blogging series, this is going to help you to really craft that, okay? Because that's where I'm going. So if you want to come along for that, let's do this. So go ahead and find the free workshop on my Facebook page, Juggling Life All Day. There's a sign up button that takes you through to the workshop. You can sign up and work at your own pace. Or if you're on my YouTube channel, go ahead and click in this description and get started with that. Use this video series, which you'll find on a playlist on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page, where it's literally like every video I create for this next year. Use this playlist as a supplement to building your very own blog. Okay, so it's like you can get started with the workshop. You can follow this video series to help you along the way, so you feel like we're blogging buddies, like we're doing this together. So I definitely want you to message me as soon as you start your blog and let me know what your blog is going to be about, so I can really cheer you on and just know that you've been inspired to take this leap of faith, really. And just to know that you're out there, because I'm over here blogging by myself in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It'd be really nice to know that you're out there. So cheers to you, and I'm excited to see what you create. Now the question is, do you need to create a blog post every day, every 2 days, every 3 days, every week, every month? What do you need to do in order to have a successful blog? So unlike social media, where you do need to be pretty consistent in how you're posting every single day, where you're connecting, how you're connecting in order to be visible, on social media, if you're not continuously posting and sharing and connecting, whatever platform you choose to do, you know that the algorithms of those social media channels aren't going to really show what you are creating in social media. People are going to think that you've decided to go away if you don't post pretty consistently, right? The same is kind of true with the blog. Except for with the blog, what you want to create is really good content. So whatever you decide to create, and they call it pillar content, okay? And what they mean by this is that it's content that can be considered to be like a strong structure of your blogging business, or something really valuable, really helpful, something that, like, if someone were to say that they recommended your blog for a particular reason, they would be able to reference why. They would be able to say, well, Michelle has this really great post on how to get started as a blogger if you're a busy mom who doesn't have much tech savvy, okay? So that's just an example. Or let's say you are an artisan cookie maker and you put together this really amazing blog post as a resource guide for people who want to get started as an artisan cookie maker, but they don't have a lot of money to invest in all the tools to make certain types of cookies. Maybe you create this really juicy post where it just helps them to like get established as an artisan cookie maker with the basic things that they absolutely need, where you just get them like, okay, if you're going to do this, these are the main things you need. These are the ingredients that you're going to want to focus on. And this is the stores you're going to want to shop from, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's where you like really give them this really, really helpful guide in order to help them to get going, right? Maybe you're trying to help someone who, really just wants to get started as a baker so that maybe they can somehow start working for a professional baker. I don't know. I'm not a baker. I mean, I do bake, but I'm not, you know what I mean? So my point is, let's say you can only see yourself creating one blog post per month. And you're thinking to yourself, that might be really hard because I don't even feel like I'm a very good writer. Okay. Now that's okay. And I have done some videos about this very topic, but I'll go into this very briefly. even if you're not a very good writer, you can record yourself talking about a topic that you love and that you have some a little bit of expertise in. You don't have to be like a world-renowned expert in your particular topic. You have to love what you're talking about, have a little bit of experience with it, and be willing to share that enthusiasm for it. And if you do a video where you talk about whatever it is you are talking about or want to in your blog, you can watch your video. You don't even have to share it with anyone if you don't want to, and take notes on what you said in the video and put it down into a readable structure, right? Where you're highlighting the main points. Maybe you come up with 4 main topics in your video, and you create 4 headlines in that video, and you answer those questions pretty briefly, okay? The point I'm trying to make here is that no matter what level you're at in your blogging business, if you're a very, very beginner and it takes you time to build up a blog post, if you do 1 blog post a month, that's fantastic, because you don't want to create filler posts. You don't want to be that person that's like sharing what they had for dinner, especially if you're not into travel and lifestyle, okay? You want to save that kind of stuff, the filler posts, for your social media, where you're just sort of like writing random, life-changing, information. You're just sharing a couple of things about what you've done for that day, or you're trying to like stir up conversation. Blogging is more for creating content that people can find on Google. So if they go to Google and they search in how to do something, your blog post can be found and then help that person with that particular topic. When they find you, they go and they find your blog and they see what else it is that you do. If you have a very clearly defined niche, a very well-designed website where it points that person in the direction of how you can help them, okay? And then you have something for them, a product that you've created that will be useful to them, okay? And you have established your authority around that topic, then you will find success if you only post 1 blog post per month. Now, if you are like super on fire and you know exactly what you want to talk about, and you can think of 50 topics right off the top of your head, and you have created some discipline in your life where you can sit down and write out this post that's very valuable, that's very helpful. If you want to do one a week, do 1 a week. If you want to do 1 every 2 weeks, do 1 every 2 weeks. But if you're only doing like 1 to 2 blog posts a year, well, that doesn't really establish your authority. It doesn't really give the idea that you're a resource for people to come to around surrounding your topic, okay? So you want to be able to like at least have something for people to come to, that when they come to your site, you want them to know exactly what you're about, and to see that you have a little bit of something built up that leads them down a path to help them with more things, okay? So if you're talking about making artisan cookies, but then you start talking about yoga, I guess you could talk about artisan cookies and yoga if you really wanted to, but it would have to be like very closely related. You would have to really bring it together. You would have to really clearly know that you're going to only work with people who do yoga and eat artisan cookies or make artisan cookies, okay? That's totally fine. No one's judging. But most likely you're going to want to keep your topics pretty closely related so that it leads that person down a path towards becoming better at the topic you're talking about, or inspired by the topic that you're talking about, or down the path of trusting you enough to purchase your products or the recommended products that you find. Maybe you decide you're going to be an Amazon affiliate, which I highly recommend that you do. And you can then recommend certain products that you actually use in your real everyday life and make a commission if someone clicks on one of your links because you recommended something to them, okay? If you're new to this series and your brain is going like, whoa, what is she talking about? How can I make money? you're going to want to follow this playlist. You're going to want to dig in because I'm sharing it all. I'm not leaving anything out, and I'm literally going to document a 1-year progression of how to start a blog and build it over the course of a year. Okay. I started this video series in December of 2019, and it's going to go all the way into 2020. This whole month of December, I have been documenting like what a blogging business is and giving like an overview, and going into, each progression. Is that right? I swear I can talk. Progressively over the course of the year, we're going to dive even deeper into some topics and the action steps that you can actually take. Okay. I just really want to get everyone prepared and their minds wrapped around how a blogging business can really help you while you're leveraging social media, because blogging helps you to be found on Google. So people search for a certain topic that they want to know more about, and social media allows you to talk to them. Okay. Do you see the correlation? So you're connecting on social media in a way that allows people to see you as a human, but on your blog, you're being found by someone who is searching for you. Did that help you? Cheers. So tune in, go ahead and find that sign up button on my Facebook page where you can get caught up, get your blog set up and started, establish what you're going to talk about. If you're on my YouTube channel, go ahead and click in the description, and be sure to follow along in the playlist on both my YouTube channel and my Facebook page so that we can do this together. Okay. And I really do want to hear back from you as far as like where you are at on your journey. So make sure you're letting me know. Okay. So the answer to the question is, how many blog posts do you need to create in order for you to be considered a legit business? Okay. And my answer is really consistent enough that people know that you're an authority in your niche. But create content that is actually solid, really helpful, not fluffy, not filler. Okay. So don't just post a blog post just to post. Make sure it's really, really good. If you can only come up with like 300 words for your posts when you're first starting out, that's fine. But make sure as you're getting better, as you're practicing to being a writer, that you're coming up with content that's really, really good. Because Google sees a lot of bloggers. And if you can be a little bit different, where you're being a little more helpful and you're leading people towards accomplishing their goals a lot better, then your post will be prioritized over other posts. Okay. So don't worry about if other people are blogging about the same topic that you're blogging about. Worry about, are you showing up the best way you can for your business? So I'll never leave you hanging. Today's action step is for you to go ahead and find that sign up button on my page and get set up on your very own blog. Okay. My other part of this action step I want you to take is to, start searching for topics that you like talking about, that you feel like maybe you could talk about in a blog, and just sort of see what comes up on Google. Okay. And then when you're looking on Google, Google also gives you this list of questions that people often ask in addition to the question you asked Google to find those blog posts. Look at those questions and ask yourself, could I create a blog post answering those questions? And if you find yourself nodding your head yes, then do it. Those are blog posts. People come to Google and ask questions, and Google actually gives you more questions that people ask. So that's how you discover what you could answer. Okay, so if you're not sure, or you're not clear, or you're not sure if you even could think of what people would want to know, I just told you. Just go in Google, look at what you think you might actually blog about, and then see how other people are presenting it. Don't copy them, but see how you would possibly present it. Look at those other questions and just think about, like, could I write something that answers that question? Because what you think might be common sense isn't always common sense. people actually want to know how to do something that you might have the answer to. Okay? So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm super excited to see what blog you start this year, and how your business really progresses because you decided to become an authority in your niche rather than a person who crosses their fingers and hopes for someone to click on a link on their social media channels. So cheers, and I'll see you on the next video.